Hello everyone. So this is a tutorial to show you how the Lego rig that I created works. So when you have the file, when you unzip it or extract it, you should have all of these different files. So the more important are Lego rig, of course, the Blender file, the textures, and especially the face. So this folder is where you can design the animation for the facial expression. So let's start by this file because it's the more complicated one. So in this you have all of these folders plus the Lego face, and it's very important to keep it that way for it to work properly. So when you open it, we have the file with the face and the controls. I tried to have all of that in the rig file, but it was a bit too complicated, too heavy, because there is updates happening on the viewport, and also it would be very difficult to create all of that if you have different characters. So I was thinking you can have like a folder for each animation that you can duplicate for each characters, and this way it's a lot more simple and a lot less heavy for the computer. So when you open it, you should have the Lego face here. It's a script, so it's in. So if you go here, scripting, you have it here, Lego face menu, and so you just have to run it if it didn't appear. So here you can run it. Another way, so let's go back to the default, would be Ctrl-Alt-U, and to make sure that you have the auto run Python script on, and that should run it when you open the file. So at the end you should have the Lego file with two buttons that I will explain very soon. But let's first see how we can animate and create different facial expressions. So here you have the controls to move the eyes and the mouth, and so you have different shapes of mouth that I already created, but as we will see, you can create different ones. So here we have the controllers. So first let's insert a keyframe, and I will go okay. So it's in available. So let's say that in frame 5 I want to change the shape. So I would go there, and so you can see that the file updates at each new frame. So if I change it here, you can see that it doesn't update here, but if I come back, now it updates. So it updates when we arrive to a new frame, and so when we will bake it, it will happen exactly the same way. So, but we can see that here it goes by all of these different things. So what we can do is, in the graph editor, we can put the mode in constant, a bit more like stop motion animation. So now we can see that when we move the keys, it stays, and then move at once. So same thing for the eyes. And so for the eyebrows here, I don't have any eyebrows, but if I wanted to have some eyebrows, I could put my controllers on the first eyebrows, and update it by changing frames, and you can see that I have eyebrows now. Okay. So now, if you wanted to add more face, more shape for the mouth, if you wanted to do some animation, what I've done is here in that folder you have all of the shapes, and so it goes from mouth underscore 000 to 9, and here I just added a 10th one that you don't see here yet. So I created here it in Photoshop, so very easy. And by the way, there is a file here, or you can take one of these files to see how I did it. Also, you can see a little blur on the black. I found that it added some kind of nice detail, but you can do that or not. You can do whatever you want in these files. The only important thing is the name, and to make sure that it goes from 0 and with incrementation without gaps. So here I created mouth 10, and that's where the button update menu comes. So we'll click on it, and it's for the mouth. So we'll click on mouth and says OK, and then it will take a bit of time. It reviews the file, it reviews each of them, and here we can see that it added our 10th shape. So this way you can add as many as you want and change all of these ones. And then we can go to it. Yeah, and when we update, we can see that our shape has been updated, and that's how you can create as many shapes as you want and do some kind of stop motion animation. So now that we have our animation, I added some animation of the eyebrows. You can see mouth changing. So now comes the time to export this, and that's where bake texture comes. So you have the width and the height of the texture and the export you want to do. The start frame, that should be the start frame here, and the end frame, but you can change to whatever you want, and the file name that you want. So here I put Lego Face 01 as a default, but you can put everything you want. So when you click on OK, it will take some time because it's kind of a rendering happening from all of these frames. So I will put OK, and I will show you after what happened. So now that it finished, if you look into the folders in your face, you should see the folder Lego Face 01, the one that we entered, and in it you will have the different images for each frame. So you can see the different mouth shapes, and also the eyebrows raising and going back down. So that's how you can create animation, kind of stop motion animation for the facial expression. And if you wanted to create other animation for other characters, you can just duplicate that folder and you can create a new one here, and so forth. So this way it creates different files with different shapes, and everything is split in a relative path, so it will always look what's inside the folder. So that's how the facial file for this rig works. And so now I'm going to show you quickly the other file, the Lego rig itself, which is a very simple rig. So when you open the Lego rig, you should see something similar to this rig. So it's a pretty straightforward rig. It's the ground, so a normal rig. So we have scaling here. So it's the main control. You can rotate it, place it, and everything. Then you have a lot of normal controls. Root, LV, LV is here. So when you select these arrows here, you can move the legs, rotate them, and you have the IKFK control here. So if I move the legs, the big square, you can see that it moved them, but just in one axis because I really wanted to keep it Lego style, very like rigid, very real. If I was to rotate it like that, it will only kind of go there if I rotate it here too. So that's how it works. So pelvis, the top, and there is quite a few controls that, for example, have the possibility to not follow their parent or to follow it. In IKFK, we also have the arms. So this one is for FK mode, and IK mode is this one. And the hands also have the possibility to follow or not the parents. Same for the head, follow or not follow, and the hair can be animated. For the arrows here, for the arms here, you can see that there is a hole. So hole, if you put it at 0 or 1, it will add it or not, and then right now it follows. So if I go closer, you can see how it will follow. But if I don't want the hole to follow, I go to 0, and here you can see that it stays at its original position. That's kind of everything for the character. This way you can animate it and already have a cool stop motion style of animation. Maybe we can just check the head and the facial. So if we go to the node, we'll select the face. So here we can select one of our files, and we can see that by moving it here, I put cyclic, so it creates a cyclone. But you can see the animation that we've done in the first file. So that would be this file here that you can set up. And yeah, that's all. That's the first Lego rig that I've done. And if people like it, I might do other characters and other design. Feel free to post your animation and to show me what you are doing with it. Have a good day. Bye.